Ciao.
Grazie.
7. Boh. Uppercase and lowercase.
They have their own personality. Do you like it? Let's travel to the 1400s.
Because we want to go back in time to create something especially for you. Whew. Let's get started.
Let's start.
We are in Tuscany with Martina, who is also known as the Tuscan Typographer. Why is that, Martina? Hi.
Ciao. Benvenute, questa è una piccolissima miniatura.
So what we have here is a replica of a typography from the 1450s with Gutenberg, and we have machinery and characters, letters of how things were done from the 1400s to actually our days. We have letters that were made with wood or with lead to publish, or big things on big pieces of paper or on tiny little pieces of paper.
Esatto, tipo questa qua.
This is wood. A as an apple, and this wood was made with pear wood or cherry. This is a character. Look how tiny, little tiny. Can you see it? So you see from that to this tiny little letter. See, these small characters were made to print on business cards, on postcards, on things that had to be very precise. And big letters like this, I mean, look at these A's. These were used to do like big posters or big commercial things. Well, there's a big difference between all these beautiful pieces of art. This is art that were once used to publish things. There's a huge research behind all of this, because when she finds these, they're not in this beautiful, pristine, shiny conditions. No, these are things that have been used, we're talking about long time ago, and each was restored and brought to this beautiful condition that they are now. Wow, that's passion. That's big time passion. That's beautiful. Everything from look at this beautiful furniture where the letters are put in, and all these letters, all these characters, all these fonts. 90% of everything has been lost in time because it's an unused art, I would say. Yeah. The letters made of wood, when the new forms of printing were invented, all these shapes of wood were tossed inside fireplaces for wood to burn, and all the metals, these little metal letters made of lead, they would melt them to make or the little tiny bullets for hunting, or the weights that bring down the iron, the cods when you go fishing. Imagine. So this is a drawer with letters. And she was saying that most of the terminology that is used today, like uppercase and lowercase, was established using the language of how the drawers were done. So uppercase and lowercase, of how they were distributed inside the drawers. That is fascinating. It's in order. So A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I. And look at the JK, because in Italy there are two letters that we don't use commonly. So they're smaller. In other countries where they're more common, the distribution of the drawers would have been completely different. Alphabet is made with capital letters, with lowercase letters, with all the punctuation marks, and with numbers. So it's a complete set. Each alphabet comes, this is a set, this one that we have right here is a set of alphabet from 1940s. And so sometimes they get used, because you use them, they sort of get ruined. So sometimes it's not all perfect, doesn't have all the same numbers. So these are all capital A's. These are all smaller A's, because there's more, obviously, because you use more of that. This is so fascinating. Sometimes, especially this happens with wood letters, you do not find everything, because we're talking about stuff that is no longer used. And so I asked her, do you copy them? Do you make them? She goes, no, because the beauty of this art is that you use letters that are what you can with what you have, and the beauty of the letter is also to see that it's ruined, that it's old, that it's genuine, and not something that you can go and print out new. It's beautiful. She went from being a digital graphic, where everything is precise and fast and perfect to creating. She said, you hold the words in your hand because you create something that is imperfect, that is beautiful because it is imperfect. And she said, you hold the words in your hand because you really do. You really do hold the word in your hand. It's beautiful.
Stop, sorry, just a second. I wanted to tell you that if you haven't yet subscribed to our channel, Local Aromas, do it now. There's so many things that we're working on, so many videos about Italy that I know that you do not want to miss. So subscribe now.
I know you guys are dying to see what's inside, because so am I. So let's open all the drawers. Let me put my glasses on. Come, look. Oh, wow. Look at this. And the incredible thing is that they have their own personality. Actually, it's true what Martina was saying. You're holding the letters. That's incredible. I mean, you actually have a relationship with the letters, and I think that's very special. And imagine mixing and matching. I'm already thinking about all the things that we could do. And you know what I love is the thought that this was once somebody's garbage. They were going to throw this away because who does this? Who uses this? And this is art. This is the type of art that we love, and we want to show you that still exists. And it's so special that somebody, I mean, even look at the furniture, that somebody actually is dedicating their life to preserving something that is no longer in use. Wow, oh, this is very heavy. Martina was saying that all these letters are just like 1/3 of the ones that she found. So imagine, because each one of this has to be restored. I mean, you guys, this is like history. I am just like speechless. You know what these are? This is, I mean, you guys, this is crazy. Now, we don't even pay attention to these things. Have you ever bought lined notebooks or squared notebooks? How do you think the lines were once made? Like this.
How did you purchase the font that you wanted to use to do your book or your piece of paper or your publicity? Did you ever think about that? I mean, now we go on the computer, we click on fonts, and we have all those nice fonts with all the different, you know, prettiness and large and small. But back in the days, back in the 1400s, back in the 1500s, how did you pick your font? This is a catalog of one of the most important foundries that did this. So you have a catalog, like you go shopping, you went to shopping, look at this. Look at all the fonts. Each style of font has their name, exactly like today, but look at that. This is so cool. You know, now you pick the size of your font. How many points do you want it, larger, smaller? But back in the days, if you wanted to use, for example, this is black italic, and you wanted it, you had to order the alphabet of each one of these, and each was a draw of letters, because remember, if you had to write something, it's not that you moved the letter, you had to have a whole bunch of letters for each word. That was a lot of work.
Quello che oggi occupa
What in your computer is stored in this, in a megabyte. You had to think of the space, of the materials, where you put all these letters, because it's not that you just keep them in a little cloud in the internet. You physically had it here. Bigger letters, bigger fonts. It was much more expensive to do them in lead, and so they were carved a mano,
fino
on wood.
all'800.
Yeah. You never stop to think back in the days how they published what they did. The entire process here is not just printing something, but she goes around, she looks for fonts, but then when she finds them, not only you have to restore them and you have to clean that up, but also study which period of time did they come from, where did they come from.
And now we start. This is the reason why we actually came, because we are going to create something for you guys.
We have to think.
Now we have to think. Let's think.
Let's think. Put our glasses on, if not I can't see anything.
I say we write each other, let's write 20 words.
Okay, let's write 20 words. Okay, go.
That's cute.
Ciao. 6, 7,
Grazie.
boh,
No.
8, 9, 10. Okay. Caffè cappuccino spritz.
We have it.
We have it.
We have a plan. I really like my words.
And I think
Your words are very much Benny. This is
very much
Benny.
Benny. This is Benny.
And this is Valeria. So
Let's get to work.
Let's get to work.
Let's get to work and see what comes out.
Step number 1 is choose your font. And so we're like, we chose 10 words each. It's just like, okay. And actually, Martina said, come si potrebbe dire in English?
She said, "È molto cazzi." Look it up.
It could be a little tricky, say in an elegant way. So we have to look for the fonts.
So not only do you have to pick the font one by one, but you also have to create the letter upside down. Each letter has a line only on one side. The line has to face you, and the word has to be written upside down. The letters like this are created to create the perfect space between one letter as another. But if you want to do something like alternative, you can do whatever you want. Then you can put them aside. Well, that just made everything more complicated. Thank you.
So Betty?
I am beyond proud of what I did. Obviously with some help, because this was like
Of
playing
course.
Tetris. But other than that, look how beautiful it is. This was the easy part, so that's going to be fun.
Look what I did. This is actually, look, go down, 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 Benny. Look at this. Because it's not just about putting the words, it's also you need to give it a choreography, I would say. It has to be perfect to your style. This was like the template. And now we have to, you said, put it here where it's actually going to, the printing is going to happen. And so now what I have to do is try to do what I did there, here. Now also because other than, you know, creating something like you were supposed to, I mean, we're talking with pieces that are no longer made. So I have this sense of like, oh my gosh, what if it falls? Okay. And plus, the letters are backwards. So it's a lot of, you know, for someone who's new like me.
Ok,
Okay.
ci siamo.
We have to fill in all the blanks. So everything that is not a letter has to be filled up with pieces of metal of different sizes and shape.
Wow. It's a lot of work because you have to find the little bits and pieces. It's just like a puzzle. Look, I mean, I have 3 different pieces here. Wow, it's quite a lot of work if you imagine that this is how books were made. The Bible was made using this. I mean, wow.
I finished this jigsaw puzzle of blocking the letters and the words is done. When you find these colors, some of these colors can last up to 20 years. So this crust that forms, can I take the crust? This crust that forms protects the inner paint inside. And she said when she finds the letters in these typographies that have shut down, you also get the color. So this could be a color that is, 10 years old. Vale, without knowing it, you've got a really cool color.
I know.
An old color. Beautiful.
Beautiful. Mine is a custom color, so we'll be mixing and we'll see what happens because I want a specific kind of color, which I have no idea, but we'll figure it out. Okay, so what we have to do is we have to break the fibers of the color so just to make sure that you don't have any lumps in it, because if not, that would be a problem when you are printing. Just work the paint and make sure that it is smooth like silk.
So you have to do it like this on one side, and you have to do this for a couple of minutes, and then you have to go like this, then like this. Okay. And now I go on there.
Sì, stessa cosa.
Benny, are you nervous?
I'm nervous because I'm doing gold, so it's a completely different color right now. Okay, let's do this one first. Okay, now we take a sheet of paper. This is a test.
3, 2, 1.
3, 2, 1. The moment of truth has arrived.
Bellissimo! It's your baby!
Look how beautiful. I love it.
Do you like it? Aren't you proud of us?
This is what Valeria did, and this is mine. Look how beautiful it is. And I'm so amazed that we actually did this. Obviously, we had a lot of help because this is a lost art.
This is a lost art, and it's a privilege for
is.
us to bring it to you, because there is a lot of work, and there's a lot of work behind everything that we've showed you, and we want to share. I think, well, we made a promise. Did we make a promise at the beginning?
Yes, we're going to, yes, we did.
We're going to turn this into something for you, because you deserve it, and we love you guys.
All this artwork that Valeria and I are creating here right now, you can find in our shop, because we could put all this on our shirts, on our tote bags, on our aprons, on our notebooks, whatever you want, but you're gonna have a unique masterpiece created just for you.
So, Benny,
Definitely, big time.
mission
accomplished.
And like in all kitchens and labs, you then have to clean. Brava, Benny, brava, bravissima. Clean. And look, Benny already cleaned this. Bravissima. That's why she comes with me.